1 million years ago, Earth was wild and unforgiving, endless plains, dark forests, and predator-filled nights where survival was never guaranteed. Saber-tooth cats with dagger-like teeth, giant hyenas with bone-crushing jaws, and massive eagles in the skies made humans fragile prey. Our ancestors were small, weak, and vulnerable, yet somehow they survived in this hostile world against all odds, carrying humanity forward. The greatest mystery is not just how they lived, but how they protected their children, the most helpless members of the species. This is the untold story of instinct, courage, and unbreakable bonds of family. How the first humans defended their children 1 million years ago. A world of predators. Imagine Africa 1 million years ago. The setting sun paints the horizon red while the air grows heavy with danger as night approaches. Lions moved silently across the plains, their glowing eyes locked on prey, while every shadow hid a threat waiting to strike. Gigantic hyenas, larger and stronger than today's, lurked and laughed in the darkness, circling groups of humans for weakness. Even the skies offered no safety. Massive eagles, with wings wider than a man's arms, scanned below for any unguarded child. Human children were slow, dependent, and far too loud, their cries echoing into the night, risking death with every sound. Parents knew that even one careless noise could bring danger, but they still did everything to shield their little ones from harm. Because for them, the survival of one child was more than personal. It meant hope for the tribe and the future of the species. Strength in numbers. Alone, an early human stood no chance. But together, they discovered a powerful truth. Survival was possible when many hearts beat as one. When predators attacked, humans formed tight protective rings around the children, adults facing outward with stones, sticks, and sheer courage. Even without weapons of metal, their unity was a weapon itself, a wall of bodies that dared predators to break through. They shouted, waved arms, and hurled rocks, creating chaos and noise to intimidate predators far stronger than themselves. This cooperation was more than instinct. It was the birth of something new. Human community, where survival meant standing together. By defending their young as one, they not only saved lives, but planted the first seeds of trust, loyalty, and human society. Fire, the first shield. Then came the spark that changed everything. Fire, at first, feared as a raging force, soon it became humanity's greatest shield and ally. With fire, night no longer belonged to predators. Its glow carved out a circle of safety where children could finally sleep without fear. The crackle of burning wood was more than sound. It was a warning to beasts. Here, inside the circle of firelight, humans ruled the dark. Torches became weapons of light, sticks ablaze, swung at predators, forcing even the fiercest hunters to retreat into the shadows. Fire cooked food, gave warmth, and lit the night. But most of all, it gave humans something priceless: control over fear itself. In the glow of those first flames, humanity found not only safety, but also the spark of civilization itself. Tools of survival. As hands grew clever, rocks and bones turned into weapons. With every sharpened edge, humanity carved its place at the top of nature's unforgiving ladder. The spear changed everything. A wooden shaft tipped with stone gave reach, turning the hunted into hunters and predators into prey. Tools were more than weapons, they were shields of strategy. A stone axe could fell trees, build shelter, and guard young against the wild. With sharpened blades, even giants could be faced. Mammoths and beasts once untouchable now fell to human skill and teamwork. Each tool was a message. Humanity would no longer run. They would fight, endure, and shape the world around them. From crude stones to cunning blades, every creation was a step toward survival, a step toward the destiny of mankind. The power of the pack. Alone, survival was nearly impossible. But together, humans became something greater, a force bound by trust, strategy, and shared firelight. Wolves prowled in the dark, but a circle of hunters, spears raised, turned fear into defiance. The pack was stronger than the predator. Each member had a role: the watcher, the hunter, the protector of the young. No one survived alone. Survival was the gift of the group. Even the hunt became strategy. One drove the prey, another struck, and the tribe feasted together. Victory belonged to all, not one. It wasn't just strength. It was voices calling and warning, hands reaching to pull another up, hearts beating as one. The tribe was more than survival. It was family. A shared story passed from fire to fire, binding them tighter than fear itself. Together, they were not prey. Together, they were hunters, survivors, and the dawn of civilization itself. Guardians of the young. In a brutal world, the young were the most vulnerable. Yet, they were also the hope of tomorrow. Every cry in the night, a call the tribe could not ignore. Parents were not alone. Every hunter, every elder, every woman became a guardian. The survival of one child was the survival of the tribe itself. When danger came, the young were hidden first. Mothers fled to caves. Elders shielded them with their bodies' courage written in every heartbeat. Wolves, storms, starvation, nothing threatened the tribe more than losing its future. And so, every child became sacred. Stories by fire were not just myths. They were shields of memory, teaching the young what dangers lurked and how to endure them. Every laugh of a child, every first step, was a victory against the dark. Protecting them was more than survival, it was love. Because in those fragile lives, humanity's destiny was written. To guard the young was to guard the future itself. The dawn of weapons. At first, humans fought predators with bare hands, courage against claws and teeth. But courage alone could not win. Something new was needed. From broken stones, they shaped blades. From sharpened sticks, they made spears. Every strike of flint was a spark of survival. With weapons, the hunted could become hunters. A weak hand with stone and fire grew powerful enough to stand against giants. The first blades were crude, but they cut meat, carved wood, and split bone. They were extensions of human will. Weapons gave humans distance from death. A spear cast from 10 paces was a miracle that changed everything. Now, mothers and fathers could defend their young not with fear, but with fire-hardened wood and sharpened stone. From that moment, the balance shifted. Tools became weapons. Weapons became power. Power became survival. The first villages. At last, survival brought roots. Tribes that once wandered built the first shelters of mud, wood, and stone fragile walls against a relentless world. Fire, no longer just for fear, but for cooking. Tools, no longer just for hunting, but for building. Humanity's first homes were born. Within these shelters, children slept safer. The circle of the village was more than protection. It was the first heartbeat of civilization. For the first time, humans claimed territory, not as prey, but as keepers of land. The soil beneath their feet became sacred ground. The village gave more than safety. It gave memory. Every fire, every wall, carried the stories of survival to the next generation. And in these first villages, the bond between parents and children deepened. The tribe had finally built not just shelter, but a home. From scattered tribes to rooted communities, the story of survival became the story of humanity itself. Civilization had begun. The legacy of survival. From fire to weapons, from caves to villages, humanity rose not through strength, but through unity, love, and the courage to protect the young. Every child carried the flame of tomorrow. In their survival, the story of all humanity was written, fragile but unbreakable. 1,000,000 years later, we still tell their story, because without their courage, without their guardianship, none of us would be here. So when you see a fire, hear a child's laugh, or look up at the stars, remember, you are part of a chain unbroken since the dawn of time. This is our legacy, the story of survival, the story of us. Humanity born from struggle, carried by love, destined for tomorrow. You've just witnessed one chapter of humanity's timeless journey. For more forgotten stories and ancient mysteries, join us at Echoes of Time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and keep the flame of history alive. More epic documentaries await.